there, everybody. Welcome to Metal. Today we had a customer drop off this little rifle here. This is Glenfield Model 60 22. Let's take a look at that thing. Yes, it is unloaded. I have cleared it. And these Glenfield Model 60s been around forever, ever, and ever. I really like these little old rifles. But this one out here is getting a little trouble. He says it doesn't want to eject correctly. So what we're going to do is dig into it and see why. And yes, I do know that this firearm is empty, but still. We'll pull our tube out. Alright, no shells. Chamber it and look, chamber it and look. There's nothing there. Alright. So, first thing first, let's get us a flathead screwdriver. Take this back screw here out. One right behind the trigger guard. And the big screw here right in the middle of the forearm. And some of y'all who haven't worked on any of these before probably ask, well, what about this screw? Don't take that screw out. You don't need to. All that's doing is holding the trigger and the trigger guard into the wood itself, as you can see right in there. So no need to even fiddle with that. Alright, let's throw this over here out of the way. Alright, now I'm going to grab another screwdriver bit. One that's a little smaller, a little thinner. That one might have worked. I didn't even check it to see. Yeah, that one would have worked just fine. But we'll use this other one right now. And as you can see, the screw right here, right there, right there, and right there. Some of these do not have all four of the screws like that. Some of them got a little plastic push thing on them, but they're all the same. Let's get them out. See, that just pulls out. I think this one's actually screwed. It's supposed to be an older model, because I noticed on the newer models that's where the plastic push pin system is back here in the back. Screw right at the front, had to push down a little bit because there's a little pressure there. Alright, now. This whole assembly just comes right out, pretty as you please. And what do y'all see? Filthy. It's just filthy. Let me bring you a little closer here. Now, this might be a better view for this video. As y'all can see, that thing is nasty. No wonder it's not functioning correctly. I mean, it's a 22. It's gotta be clean. Alright, so I'm gonna take this here and go ahead and dunk it down in a little bucket of cleaning solution over here and let it be soaking while we take everything else apart and check it out. But I mean, looking in here, I don't see no broken parts or excessive wear or anything like that. But we'll know more once we get her all cleaned up. Now we need to take the little bolt piece here out. I always have trouble with these. I'll tell you what makes it easier for me doing these, and this is just me, you know how it is, everybody else does stuff their own way. I like getting in there, taking that spring out. That's a little bit to fiddle with, as you've seen right there. Then, I just pull that back, pull that up, and there we go. Some people can wiggle jiggle that thing and try to get it up there where they can pull it out. I like doing it like that. And what do we see here? The ejectors look fine. Yeah, they still got good spring tension to them. It's just filthy. As the rest of the firearm is. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and dunk this stuff off in the cleaning tank and let her soak a little bit. Then we'll get it back out and go to scrubbing on it and get all this stuff cleaned up real well. Alright guys, I let them soak for a while. Then I took my just a nylon brush, scrubbed the crap out of them, and then I put them back in there and soaked them again to get them all rinsed off. Well, that looks a lot better, don't it? Yes, it does. Now, what I'm going to do is take this rag here, trying to get some of this cleaning solution off of them is all I'm doing. Now then we're just going to take our air hose, and I got one of these little nozzles on here. What's this thing called? A Flowzilla or something. Anyway, I like this little nozzle because it'll get in here on this little part, and you can get everything out of the crack and crevices. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing again. What I've done off camera there, I took this regular alcohol, 70% alcohol. Usually I just take brake clean and rinse these off, but I'm out of brake clean. The alcohol's just fine. So I'll make sure I get all the cleaning fluid out. Then just take my air and make sure they're good and dry. Just like so. Yeah, it looks like a brand new piece, don't it? Alright, now that we've got these two clean, I did go ahead and wipe this off and clean it up as well. Spring, wiped it down and cleaned it. Now, let's grab the rest. What I've done off camera on this, I went ahead and dunked this and cleaned this several times. Went ahead and run a patch down the barrel and got some solvent cleaner in there, as well as dunked it in there, and I've done run a brass brush down the barrel. Right now, I'm just going to take it, just like we did all of our other pieces. Make sure all the cleaner is out of there. Alright, got all of that dried off there pretty good. We still got a couple little drops of alcohol here there. It'll dissipate by the time we're through, and the oil will take care of it anyhow. Alright, now we're just about ready to start putting this thing back together. As you see, guys, these are not a big deal. These Glenfield 60s, they come apart easy, go back together easy. It's very rare to see anything break on them. They just need some good maintenance, that's about it. And all I'm going to do is take this patch right here, get some good oil on it, and just run it down the barrel to re-oil that barrel. Alright, got that accomplished. Patch come out pretty clean, so we did good there, guys. Now, before I even put this together, here's what I want to do. I'm going to take this and set it down in here and just see. Okay, it slides good. I've seen the sides of these get mashed in some, and that causes malfunction in these firearms because, of course, if these are mashed in, it won't slide. But always check that, make sure that everything's working freely. And then we can get some oil on her and start putting her back together. Yeah, I know y'all freak out all the oil that I use. I like to work these back and forth to get some oil back down in there. Just one of them better safe than sorry things, I reckon you'd say. Fine, like I say, this is how I put it back together. I always put that little bad boy in there. Which there's a lock spot right here at the back. If you want to use it, that's fine. Put them in here. Of course, they go right there in that little pocket. That in like that. Oh, and don't let that fall out. Then get your spring back in there. Make sure that bad boy locked back in there right. Hold your finger down on it as you check it. Yep, that's fantastic. Now, let's over oil everything in here. Set it back down. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, a couple bristles off of my brush there. Yeah, I got them. But go ahead and push that down. It surely helps getting everything squared back off in there correctly. Alright, I'll put the rear one in first. Get it started. I'm going to tighten this up. I'm just going to get it started. So keep that other from falling out. Alright, now we'll grab our front screws and push that down. Be 100% sure we get them started in like they're supposed to be in. No cross threading, no BS, just rock and roll. Alright, go ahead and tighten these fronts down really well. This rear one tightened. Alright guys. All of that sounding fantastic. Now, look down here, so a trigger. It's going to put a dot of oil down there on that pivot. Why? Because we can. Let's just set her back down on there where she goes. There we go, hand tighten. Or finger tighten, that way you make sure That you're not cross-threading nothing. That's the magic of it. I just snugged that down. I didn't hammer on it. I don't want that bigger screwdriver tip. And that's tight enough. Don't have to strip these. Remember, that receiver is probably like an aluminum and some pipe metal mix, so you don't want to get carried away and strip them all down. Because then all you'll have is a pile of metal that's not going to work. Get some of this excess oil off here. Now, safety. It sounds like it works. Bigger tube. I didn't see anything up with it, but I am going to take and you see me pushing the red down right there. And I'm going to hold that for a little while and let that oil seep down in that tube. Alright guys, the customer brought some Willa 40 grain super extras. I loaded up 10 in here. We're just going to pop them right here out the back door. You see it's snowing outside, it's cold, it's muggy, and I don't want to be out there. Alright, well, I picked up that first one, so we can see if it's going to fire. Ejected it. Yep. Hey, I think she's going to do pretty good. And we are clear. And that's about how I figured that one would go. I mean, these, you know, this is the Glenfield Model 60, you know, the Marlin Model 60, they're both the same. They're all made at the same place, just a different stamp on them. But all of them come apart the same. The only exception, like I say, on that back screw, sometimes there's a little plastic insert instead of a screw. But it's all the same configuration. These old rifles run. When they quit running, just clean them, throw some oil in them. They'll keep running again every time. Well, glad we could get this one fixed up for the gentleman. I'm sure he'll be tickled. As you can see, that thing wouldn't listen to beat. Even without a Willa in it, it'd love it. Guys, appreciate you watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I actually enjoy working on these because they're easy, they're quick, and I'm so familiar with them. And they're just cool. If y'all would, throw me down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on Patreon. And please like, share, and subscribe. Again, thanks for watching and for the support of the channel. Very much appreciated. Until the next one, hope that y'all have a fantastic day.